The town of Milton had a legend, one that both children and adults spoke of only in hushed whispers: the Hollow Hall. A mansion at the edge of town, abandoned for years, but the lights occasionally flickered on moonless nights. Lara, an investigative journalist, arrived in town, determined to uncover the truth about Hollow Hall. The locals warned her of the mysterious whispers that echoed through its desolate halls, of previous explorers never returning. Undeterred, Lara set foot in the mansion one fateful evening. The massive entrance doors creaked as they closed behind her. Inside, she found a house seemingly untouched by time: dusty furniture, portraits of stern-faced ancestors, and ornate chandeliers hanging precariously from the ceiling. As Lara roamed the mansion, she began to hear soft whispers, echoing as if carried by the wind. They were indecipherable but grew louder with each step she took. Determined, Lara followed the whispers to the basement door. A cold draft oozed from the gap beneath, making her shiver. Down the steps, she found an old study filled with manuscripts. A diary lay open, dated 1876. It belonged to a man named Reginald Hollow, the original owner. The entries detailed his obsession with contacting the afterlife. But as the dates progressed, the handwriting grew more frenzied, with the final entry simply reading, "They won't stop whispering." Suddenly, the temperature dropped. The whispers grew louder, a cacophony of voices begging, pleading, and demanding. Then, out of the darkness emerged shadowy figures. They were ethereal, mere impressions of once living beings. They circled Lara, their hollow eyes fixated on her. Terrified, Lara bolted from the basement, the whispers chasing her. Every door she tried was jammed. She felt trapped, the cold embrace of the spirits drawing near. But then, she remembered a window she had seen earlier, overlooking the back garden. Mustering her strength, she ran towards it, throwing it open and jumping out. She landed in the thick bushes below, the moonlight guiding her path back to town. When she reached the safety of her car, Lara looked back at the mansion. For a brief moment, the lights flickered, casting eerie shadows against the walls. Back in town, she met Mrs. Gray, the oldest resident. Over a cup of tea, Lara narrated her harrowing experience. Mrs. Gray nodded. "That's the fate of all who venture there. Reginald Hollow summoned spirits, but could never control them. Now, they're trapped, and so is he." Lara decided to leave Milton the next day, but her experience at Hollow Hall haunted her for years. She wrote about it, and her article became a sensation, but she always wondered about those lost souls, forever bound to the mansion, whispering their anguish into the cold, desolate night.